Hey Politics team, so today we'll actually have to go through with our whole workflow of from Highpoly workflow to down to Lowpoly. Pero yung importante pa rin natin dito is makagawa ng scale and proportions or yung gray mesh mismo na gagamitin natin for our engine na may magamit tayo dun while we're creating this. So, parang may placeholder tayo dun. So, make sure na even if we're creating this, export na lang din natin yung low poly or decimation ng skull natin para naman may magamit or may placeholder yung assets natin sa engine while we're doing this asset. So, for this workflow naman, I'll be showing you how to, from your sculpting, from sculpting to, down to your final asset. So, ngayon, we're actually here, and this is, let's say, this is my final asset for the, for topology, yung skull mismo. So, all I have to do is, basically, first, I just want to smooth out my edges first. So, inflate ko muna. So, medyo inflate ko to like 5. And then, deflate ko to 5. And then, siguro, polish ko to siguro mga 5. So, parang makita ko na yung so, inflate a bit more. Get that thicker bevels. So that's what we're looking for. Is yung bevels natin. So, let's say that this asset ko, alright, siguro final ko na to na asset. So, what I do usually is I export this out. So, kung mag-export man ako, usually check my scale master, and usually nasa millimeters to. But when I do export things out from ZBrush, I usually use centimeters kasi I can have a much bigger asset compared to millimeters, mas maliit. So, export ko na lang yung asset ko, yung Highpoly mismo. And then, siguro from here, I'm going to name it skull or HP underscore skull. So, HP stands for Highpoly. So, enter mo lang yan. So, right now, we're going to start using 3D Coat. So, yung download link, guys, nasa Google Drive. And I provided it in our downloads channel. So, check nyo na lang dun yung download link and download the software. Alright? So, first thing kong gumawa, once I'm here sa once nandito ako sa sa 3D Coat, actually I'm not using my mouse right now, I'm using my my pen tablet. So first import ko na lang yung yung asset ko for Highpoly. Pero when I import, may options din dito. Either I import it for image as mesh, model for pixel painting, sculpting, and for references and all that such. So, yung main purpose ko dito is for topology. So, this is what we're here for. Usually, guys, is kung we need an actual quick asset, retopology as quickly as possible. This is the quickest and the cleanest way I know. It may not be 100% the greatest, pero you're basically there 80% na sa asset mo. So all you have to do is clean up the topology kung may Pero it's basically 90% there. So parang polish mo na lang yung kung anong di mo gusto sa mesh. So ayun. So import ko yung asset ko. So topology. Um, go to HP skull. And siguro nakaset na to for 340 polygons. So usually for skulls na that maliit, I usually just set it to 300 or 250 polygons because it's not a big asset. So parang it doesn't consume that much or it doesn't need that much polygons. Not unless kung statue siya or mas malaki na asset, then you'll go for a higher number like 4,000 to 5,000 or even 10,000 polygons. So I'll just have to press OK. So it's going to calculate all the stuff that I need. Ayun. So once imported na si asset, nangyari kasi it's very small in terms of scale. So that's the usual usually why it's that small. Usually when it's that small. So once this whole auto wizard pops up, next mo na lang to, and then you can actually customize this however you want later. So may manuals din dito how to use the if you want to change things, customize it. I suggest that kung gusto mo talaga kung gusto mo talaga na gamitin mo na yung 3D code for retopology to learn it. So eto naman, so next ko na lang to. So once click ko lang, it's going to create a topology for me that I can use for my 3D asset. So this actually saves so much time, guys, like siguro 2 clicks, 3 clicks from our topology. It actually creates a mesh for us, and then we also have Rhizome UV to alright, so let's see our asset nga. So usually di siya talaga ganun ka perfect. So parang yung 300 is not enough or doesn't suffice. So I suggest na if magkulang parang ganito, bump up niyo na lang yung next time yung topology niyo. So siguro from 375 to siguro 500 to 600 polygons. So import for Autopo, HP skull. So change ko na lang to siguro 600 for sure. Ayun. So next. So it's basically going to create a topology for us, guys. So wait na lang tayo. Hopefully may good wireframe tayo na magamit sa asset natin. So sa Unreal Engine naman, ayun. Ganda. So malinis. 'Di ba? So sa Unreal Engine naman, yung topology niya mismo, it doesn't matter kung ano yung how many topologies we have, as long as it's reasonable enough to have enough topology sa asset natin. So as you can see here na yung topology niya is really clean and very optimized. Hi guys. So siguro finish naman tayo dito sa asset natin. We already have a clean topology. I'm quite satisfied, actually very satisfied with the output. So since tapos naman tayo dito, we ask ourselves paano naman natin i-export to. So, dito naman sa file, export nyo lang. So, may options dito. It says export poly object. So, it actually exports the retopo from the ones that we actually generated. Pero, make sure lang natin na yung sa yung retopo object natin is clean. We can actually use FBX if you want. But for this case naman, siguro para walang errors yung FBX natin, kasi last time nag-export ako from 3D Coat, nagka-error kapag in-import ko sa Rizom UV. So, I highly suggest na kung mag-import ka ng asset sa Rizom UV, gagamit ka na lang ng OBJ. And then, tsaka for final asset mo, make sure na naka-FBX na yan. Or any such. Basta make sure na naka-FBX kung mag-upload ka sa Google Drive or mag-submit ka sa Unreal Engine. So, ngayon, tatawagin ko na lang tong LP skull. Alright, so we have, so the next step is we go to Rizom UV. So yung Rizom UV naman this is where we actually do our retopology. It actually we save so much time creating assets in here, especially once we already have both yung retopology natin na tool tsaka yung Rizom UV natin. It just makes things so much faster than, both retopology and UV unwrapping take so much time. So this one, it really shortened it up to minutes. So yung LP natin, import natin yung LP skull. Yun. So dito naman, I'll start unwrapping my skull. Make sure na it's properly unwrapped. So parang na-unwrap ko naman and I'm quite happy with it. Cut ko na lang to yung face din. Make sure to cut, unwrap. So ayun, may na tayo, may UV unwrap na tayo. So it saves so much time, guys. But make sure when you're actually unwrapping na lahat ng assets mo is using all the UVs. Parang optimized lahat, okay? So, oops. Make sure na i-move natin to. Siguro yung mukha, mas malaki yung resolution kasi front facing. So siguro dito naman ganun. And siguro expand lang natin dito a little bit, move it on the side a bit, and siguro parang ganun. Alright, so both of these pieces naman, if you want, you can also expand this area. Save mo dito, parang ganyan. Make sure na we're using all the UV space optimally, na walang, we're trying to fit everything in one box as much as possible and everything as fit as possible. So mas maraming textile density yung face mismo and a little bit sa socket area. So that's yung prioritization natin. So I'm happy with this. So save ko na lang to. Save. So once you click save or Control S or save mo dito, save. That automatically saves all our UV information sa asset na in-import natin. So kumbaga yung OBJ natin nag-overwrite na. May may ano na tayo, may UVs na tayo sa OBJ before na in-import natin. So, we're basically done here. Yung next thing naman natin is yung Substance Painter. So, this is where we actually import all the assets. So, lahat ng Highpoly natin na in-export, tsaka yung Lowpoly natin na ginawa sa 3D coat, import na lang natin dito. Alright, so we're here. Load na natin yung file natin. So, LP skull. Ayun, LP skull. Okay. Ayun. Alright, so parang nandito na lahat ng ng UVs natin, yung asset mismo. So, yung goal na lang natin ngayon is basically we bake all our assets. And then, yung importante kasi guys, if di natin dapat i-modify yung size ng skull natin ng di natin i-modify yung low poly skull natin, yung in terms of yung scale, tsaka yung sa high poly. Kasi if you modify either one of them, yung mangyayari kasi is yung sa low poly tsaka yung high poly mo na asset, if di na mag-match yung scale niya or di na mag-match yung proportions niya. So kung mag-bake siya, di na accurate. So dapat accurate yung scale, accurate yung scale for both assets. So keep in mind, and at the same time dapat the same din yung orientation niya. So which is yung orientation na ginamit natin is Y for up. Yung sa Unreal Engine, it's Z is up. So yung naman natin is Y for up. But we can change that later on once we're done texturing and baking, or either baking lang. So import natin yung Highpoly skull natin, and then bake. So ngayon, let's just wait on the output. So ayun, may bake na tayo. Make sure lang natin na kung may artifacts na parang ganito, adjust mo na lang yung maxillary distance tsaka yung frontal. This is basically the cage or the anong tawag nito, yung parang projection niya. So ma-adjust mo yung projection niya based on the cage of the projection of the high poly and low poly. So para may mas magandang high poly tayo tsaka mas magandang low poly. So kung ma-change mo yan, then you'll get an much more better accurate baking, and pwede na natin yan gamitin. So guys, may materials naman din ako na pina-provide sa inyo. So make sure na lang na to download all the materials na I provided, which is this one. Nasa folder yung sa 3D Artist Tools or yung Substance Painter full materials. So drag ko na lang to. So antayin mo na lang. Ayun. So sa specular makita mo na may texture na. So hi guys, so ayun. I'm kind of finished texturing. So thank you so much for watching, and at the same time, yung ginawa ko lang is nag-add ako ng specular material tsaka yung curvature highlights natin, which signifies our art style in terms of yung style talaga ng yung stylized is we have those highlights. So if we go to color nga, it saves so much time and effort having these materials available for us. So thank you so much for watching, guys.